Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Sikeja Kofi. Anywhere you see me, just call me.
Take that, rewind it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, today, as I talk to you, over 334,000 people are living with HIV/AIDS in Ghana here. Greater Accra is having the highest number, followed by Ashanti region, Eastern region, and Western region. In fact, as I'm talking to you, Bono region is emerging. It's recording higher number of people. There is something more striking. The thing is that Ghana records at least 42 new HIV infections every single day. This is not a joke. Just pause and think about that. This is not a past statistics. This is the current reality. It's interesting to know that women account for the majority with about 229,261 females who represent roughly around 68.5% compared to 105,460 males who represent 31.5%. There is a group, the children, aged between 0 to 14. These ones also have about 18,000 who represent about 5.4%. But the issue is white children, 0 to 14 years. Mostly these ones, it's due to mother-to-child transmission. Usually if a mother has the HIV during pregnancy, childbirth, or breastfeeding, the child can get the HIV. Ladies and gentlemen, this tells us something important. The fight against HIV is not just behavioral, it's also systematic. Now, let me start with something that sounds reassuring but is not. Ghana's HIV prevalence on the world statistics is 1.5% for adults. It looks like on paper that looks very low. I mean, it's not a big deal. But there's something that we should take notice of. This is still translating to hundreds of thousands of real people when it comes to numbers. So the issue is not just the prevalence. No, for me, it is the dynamics in gender, the difference between men and women, the age difference, the regional differences, which region has more, and other statistical indices. This is what we must look at if we really want to tackle the HIV and AIDS issue in Ghana. Another issue is men. There is an interesting data which is consistently showing that men have lower reported infection rates and fewer new cases compared to women. Now I ask myself, does it really depict that few men are living with HIV here in Ghana? Even when there is a public or wide engaged debate that Ghanaian men are very promiscuous, people blame men to be the cheaters, the ones with multiple sex partners, the careless ones. How come men has a low rate compared to women? Or maybe because women, their population is larger than men. Maybe. But me, that argument doesn't sound convincing to me because the difference is not really significant. The latest population census revealed that women are about 50.7% and men are about 49.3%. It's just 1.4% difference. So it's not significant. Or maybe we will say men are less likely to test regularly or they are less likely to go to the clinic. So their records are not being shown. Well, maybe it could be so. More women will want to go and check actually at the health facilities than men. So maybe many cases among men are underreported or they are not detected so much. So the numbers may not really reflect the reality on the ground. It could be that many men also have it as well. Now here's the twist. All of a sudden, there is a recent report. Look at this. It shows that there is a higher demand for HIV test kits among men. All of a sudden, why is it that men are now the one driving the demand for HIV test kits? What is changing now? Men may not want to walk into clinics, but they are willing to test on their own terms. And I think it's good. I mean, if this is the shift, I think it's powerful. But ladies and gentlemen, the fact that we are testing does not automatically mean that we are getting a safer outcome. Because what matters is not just for you to test. It's what type of test, how you are testing. The question is, are you using the right test kits? Because things can get very dangerous. The reason I'm saying is that the Food and Drugs Authority of Ghana has recently warned about a surge or an increase in fake HIV test kits on the markets. But let's go deeper than the headline. Fake kits don't just give wrong results. They change behavior. Someone tests negative and becomes confident, trusts it, and the person continues his risky behavior or exposure. That's how health issues become complicated. The Ghana Health Service and the Ministry of Health should take heed to this particular thing. Now, the question is, you watching me, what can you do? I will tell you to test smart. Use verified and approved channels. There are regulated public health programs where individuals can access free and reliable HIV self-test kits. Yes, I'm telling you that you can check your HIV status by yourself in your room or wherever that it is. And the test kit is absolutely free. If you order it, it will be delivered to you wherever you want it to be delivered. Yes, you can check it out on Google, Self-Test Ghana. Visit their website. There's a section where you can create an order. Create the order. You will get a free test kit. It will be delivered to you at your point or your location. And you can access guidance and support on how to even use the kit well. So yeah, go online, go and get a free test kit, and then you can test at your convenience. No guesswork, no hassle, no risk. That's the difference between convenience and correctness. Now let's talk about the future, ladies and gentlemen, because this is where things get hopeful. And as I talk to you, I am a bit happy because there is good news, ladies and gentlemen. For those who do not have HIV yet and who want to be careful, who want to prevent future occurrence, well, there is good news. There's something called PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis. It's not a vaccine per se. It's a preventive medication. This is usually taken every day like a pill. And in some cases, they are evolving it into a long-acting injection, which you can take twice every year. If it is used correctly, it can reduce the risk of HIV by over 90%. This is good news. The thing is, it is here. It is already in the USA, UK, Canada, and other developed countries. And it is in Africa, already in South Africa, Kenya, Uganda. Ghana is late to adopt, but reports suggest that Ghana is likely going to roll it out this year. And we are being hopeful that Ghana rolls it out. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, PrEP is good, but that is not a cure. It is just for planning. It's for people who understand their risk and choose to stay ahead of it. The message I want to leave to you is not just to go and test or be happy that there is coming a medication that can help prevent HIV, but for you to understand your timing. Use verified tools, HIV test kits that are verified. Know the real risk, not the assumed one. Because today the biggest problem is not the HIV itself. It is people who think they are safe when they are actually not safe. Before they realize, they've developed complications to a level that cannot be treated, reversed, or worked on. So I encourage you that today, as you hear my voice, if there is any stigma that you have, if there is anything that wouldn't make you go to the clinic or hospital to go and test, there is a convenient way that you can test. Order your free test kit today. I have put the link on the bio. You can look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Kindly subscribe to my channel and let's keep on engaging in meaningful conversations.